Why would this party be giving special treatment to said sex offenders, friends of Donald Trump, people he's wished well and called terrific people? Why? So while Donald Trump tries to distract the rest of the world from his indecency, from his decade and a half long best friendship with notorious child rapist Jeffrey Epstein, his party buddy, the terrific guy who likes women just as much as Donald Trump does, but he likes ones that are on the younger side. Ooh, no doubt about it. Jeffrey likes his party time, or whatever he said. He's trying to distract you from that. That's why he's occupying, using the military, the nation's capital. That's why so many different things are taking place, all as a distraction. He's firing federal officials in the Bureau of Labor Statistics and put in Nazi f***s who participated in January 6th, whose favorite ship or his behind him in his office is Hitler's favorite ship, some battleship or cruiser or something. These are the people. These are all distractions from the things that really ultimately could take Donald Trump down. Democrats are finally waking up. Democrats are finally fighting back. Democrats are finally keeping this Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein story in the front of the news and asking very serious questions. Because while Donald Trump is participating, he is orchestrating Distractapalooza 2025, Ghislaine Maxwell is getting cushy, privileged treatment in prison. A woman convicted of accessory to commit child trafficking. Serious crimes. The woman that Donald Trump wished well, apparently she's getting it pretty well. She got transferred for maximum security, despite Bureau of Prison policy that you're not allowed to be in a minimum security prison when you are a sex criminal. She's getting that. And now she may get work release. And Democrats have written a letter. I'm going to read from this letter. And the reason I'm going to read from this letter is because this is public for a reason. You need to piggyback off this, whether it be by sharing this letter, disseminating this letter on social media, calling your representative or your senator, 202-224-3121. Call them and let them know this is not okay. Ghislaine Maxwell should not be getting special treatment. And why would she be getting special treatment? That's the other question. Well, it's because Donald Trump needs to coddle her. Donald Trump, in order to keep her silent, must give her what she wants. Freedom, a pardon, work release for a dangerous sex criminal. Yeah. This is the letter to the Honorable Pam Bondi. Dear Attorney General Bondi and Director Marshall, 2 weeks ago, you inexplicably transferred Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, from a federal correctional institution to a far preferable and relatively luxurious minimum security prison camp in Texas. Just 3 years into her 20-year sentence for sexually exploiting and abusing minor girls as young as 14. The transfer follows Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche's private interviews of Miss Maxwell, arranged after a firestorm of media attention about the Department of Justice's refusal to release the full Epstein files as originally demanded by President Donald Trump. These actions raise substantial concerns that the administration may now be attempting to tamper with a crucial witness, conceal President Trump's relationship with convicted sex offenders, and coax Miss Maxwell into providing false or misleading testimony in order to protect the president. The transfer also appears to violate both DOJ and Bureau of Prisons policies. We write to demand DOJ and BOP provide all documents and information related to Deputy Attorney General Blanche and his interview of Miss Maxwell, and the sudden decision to transfer her to a facility with lower security and greater freedom for inmates, which was, prior to this extraordinary transfer, categorically off limits to sex offenders. Which begs the question, begs the question, why Why would the party that fights against child sex trafficking, and there's entire conspiracy theory cult movements surrounding it, QAnon and others, why would this party be giving special treatment to said sex offenders, friends of Donald Trump, people he's wished well and called terrific people? Why? If not to cover up for Donald Trump's crimes. They have the files. They promised they'd release them. They're not releasing them. Why are not more Republicans asking this question? What's the cause and effect here? Why would Donald Trump, after he promised for years, when he promoted the conspiracy theory, when all of his acolytes were out there banging the drum about it, why are they not now releasing the files that they have? It is indeed a question. Recently, the Trump administration has engaged in a series of actions that create the strong appearance that is attempting to cover up the full extent of the relationship between President Trump and Mr. Epstein. Amidst mounting bipartisan pressure for the administration to release the full Epstein files, Deputy Attorney General Blanche met with Ms. Maxwell to discuss her decades-long involvement in a scheme to traffic and sexually abuse young girls. These meetings were highly unusual for several reasons. Mr. Blanche, who until 10 months ago served as Donald Trump's personal criminal defense lawyer, met with Ms. Maxwell and her attorney with no line prosecutors present. The meeting took place just days after DOJ leadership fired one of the chief career prosecutors on the Epstein matter. The purported purpose of this secretive meeting with Ms. Maxwell and her attorney was to determine whether she possessed information about, quote, anyone who has committed crimes against victims. However, the need for this meeting was undercut by DOJ's recent contradictory statements that its thorough review of the Epstein files, which purportedly identified repeated references to the president, did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. The other element of this is that Donald Trump isn't immune from prosecution based on the Supreme Court's verdict, its finding in this matter about immunity for presidents. If Donald Trump raped children, raped little girls, which is a possibility, it wouldn't be covered. He would not find himself immune from prosecution for his crimes against children, for his conspiracy, one with another, his co-conspirators being Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, the terrific people who he wishes well. I'm going to leave this letter, a link to it below. I was going to read a full other page because it is packed with things that should animate you to action. Again, I will give you the number that I have memorized that you should too. And if you have a hard time memorizing numbers, look, I know. I have a hard time. I know like 5 phone numbers, maybe not even that. I know very few phone numbers because they're all on my phone. So put this in your phone. 202-224-3121. That is the Capitol switchboard. Call your members of Congress, your congressperson and both your senators, and let them know you demand action on this. You demand answers from the Trump administration. Congress has a constitutionally mandated role as a co-equal branch of government of oversight. And if the DOJ is covering for sex criminal Donald Trump, allegedly, then we demand justice. We demand that this story stay at the front and center of the news cycle. And items like this are good strategy for one, but they also get closer to the truth. What do you think? I very much solicit your participation in this conversation. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. Please subscribe. I would love to see a couple hundred more subscribers before the end of the year, trying to get to 1.5 million The larger we are, the more effective we are, the more truth that gets disseminated. And I would appreciate your effort there very much. I will see you next time. Put my reading glasses down now. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.